Hello and welcome back to another episode of HR Wellbeing Dialogue. We have a very accomplished guest today, Mr. Manoj Kumar Sharma. But before I introduce him, maybe take a few minutes to introduce what we are doing as the HR Wellbeing Dialogue and more broadly as an HR for the HR community. So this dialogue
Yeah, right.
started about a year ago, focused on one key question. While HR professionals are focusing on well-being of employees at an organization, what well-being strategies, plans, practices do they themselves adopt? So this was a question that triggered a inquiry, but also a partnership with MTHR, and we looked at this data from various angles. While there is a lot of information from a global angle, we found that there was very little data and uh, information about the Indian context. So we came together and started an initiative around well-being of HR professionals with three focus areas. The first one is the HR well-being dialogue that we are now doing now, inviting accomplished HR professionals to come and talk and share their experience. Second, we are doing a HR well-being study, which we are collecting data from across the country, and we invite you to join us there, which will give us an idea of what is the current state of well-being in the HR professionals, what are the best practices, and how can we move to the next level and benchmark us against other countries or other areas. And the third one
Right.
is a face-to-face HR well-being dialogues roundtable that we conduct in different cities. We have done three till now. We started with Hyderabad, then we did Pune and Bangalore, and we are hosting one very soon in Mumbai. So these are the three things: a roundtable, HR well-being dialogue, and the HR well-being study. The whole idea is how do we bring the community together around this aspect of well-being within the HR community itself while focusing on the organizations. So with that quick introduction, I'm delighted
Perfect.
to welcome Manoj Kumarji. Thank you very much for joining us. We met briefly at Karjat, I believe, and it's a great
Yes, yes. We
speak.
met.
So, Manojji, what we can do is we will start with a quick background about yourself, your professional journey, and give a glimpse of how you got started and what have you sort of gone through and where you are today.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a great pleasure to be on this platform, especially the you know the most sought out theme today, the well-being of human beings. Uh, Before we get into the dialogue further, I think I currently work as an CHRO with Adani Electricity at Mumbai. Here we have both direct and indirect, about 12,000 employees who caters to 3 million consumers in 400 square kilometers. And we supply electricity. So Mumbai is known for very reliable electricity in comparison to the rest of the country. And we boast and we are really proud of that. Uh, from career point of view, yes, I started my career from Van Baxi and then Aditya Birla Group. And thereafter in one or two companies more, and then I came to Adani Group. This is my 15th year, and I have seen almost all the energy businesses, starting from the concept stage to the commissioning stage. So almost in an average, I had been there for 3 years in almost all the companies. Uh, so that makes me, feel very proud that I had been in the as a foundational person of the project team. So together with them, that was very formidable work we have done together, and that is what we see today. What Adani is by size and scale, and I really feel proud of that.
Great, great, Manojji. And if you can also share a little bit, starting with your uh, career with Ranbaxy, which obviously is a healthcare company, and it's
Yeah.
it's also a pioneer in its own space, right? and then Aditya Birla, again pioneering financial services company. How have you seen the field of well-being evolve as an HR professionals over this last 2 decades?
I think if I look back and see the standards of pharma company, the formulation, healthcare business, where all the medicines are basically formulated and how the standards are set in the organization from operational context, because it is a life-saving drugs they manufacture, and they had that time very specialized services for the rural people on the health care, because they are manufacturing the medicines, and that is what they used to care the people where they are operating, the lives of people. And that time the healthcare facilities were not that much the kind of facilities we have right now inside organization. I think the care Ranbaxy used to give to their employees when the seasons are changing, what type of medicines are required to protect the health of employees, to protect the lives of employees. I think that was very very supreme differentiator. I could feel a sense what is a cultural difference, working in pharma company, how they view the well-being, and the rest of other businesses how they view. Now if I see what has drastically changed during this time, uh, I feel as Adanian, I feel really proud what we had been doing earlier for our employees. Even they are working in remote locations, setting up the team of our paramedical staff and doctors. They used to go to remote locations and take care of their health, their families. We were doing those differentiated, activities for our employees. But post COVID, I think that had been phenomenal for the rest of the world. The way we used to work, the way we used to think, the way we used to operate, everything has changed. You know, uh, thanks to our chairman, Mr. Gautam Adani, I think he had supported to protect the lives of our employees in such a way. Um, when the oxygen was in short in the country, the oxygen concentrators were procured for the health of our employees. So we assured our employees that you need not to worry about the oxygen. The oxygen concentrators will reach at your doorstep, and with two nozzles. God forbids if there is another person in the family, if they need oxygen, we will be able to provide you. So we placed, rather from group perspective, all the oxygen concentrators were distributed across businesses in India, and in Mumbai, we had kept it at very strategic locations, so that we can we are able to reach to all our employees located in different geographies in Mumbai itself. We had created isolation center in Mumbai, so the employees, like we are in essential services supplying the electricity, so it was not easy for us to stay back and work from home during those times. So what has changed now and during that time, so everyone was supposed to work, so we segregated our employees, how they can work. So all those facilities, I think, starting from oxygen concentrators, isolation centers, the stretchers, ambulances, with beds and everything, that was arranged so meticulously. I think that has created the confidence in employees that organization is there. If they are there to cater to the citizens of Mumbai, and the organization is there to take care of their lives, that was the message we wanted to bring up, that confidence in our employee, that they should not fear about that nothing is available. The resources are at short supply. So we made it possible that it is not that employees are working in field, they should be provided the resources, but their families. If they need any support, any resource, if they are short of rations, anything, that can be provided immediately. at that flick of the time, our teams, right from security, admin, HR, IT, everyone was 24/7 working at that point of time. So, in one word, if I say that what has changed, I think the way we used to think earlier, the way we used to think now, it is two different aspects. I should say it's a 360-degree change. People are much aware about the well-being, the self-care. I think that has changed in the minds of people.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think a lot of organizations, including yourselves, have demonstrated that the employee is not alone in this tough situation. So I think that has,
Absolutely right.
yeah, all organizations have come together. So that's great. Also, from a organizational strategy towards well-being, has anything
Right.
changed now between pre-COVID and post-COVID? Are you thinking of what else can we do now?
Yeah, I think this is also a perfect time when the generational cohorts are changing. You know, the baby boomers have already moved out last year. From the research point of view, if I'm little precise about the data, so Gen X will be starting to moving out from the organization throughout the world and throughout the country. Still, I think what is changing is there are different segmentation of employees. Gen Z is also entering, Gen Y is already existing, and Gen X is already there. So somewhere at very senior roles, some baby boomers at very senior levels are also there in director level or CXO level. Now, if I see that the need of wellness is equal among all people. Earlier, the younger people were, we were thinking as a organization, as a management, they don't need immediate, wellness initiative as far as health checkups are concerned, and the periodical health checkups are concerned. So only a pre-employment, medical examination used to take place, and then they are put to the course of action, like in once in 2 years, something like that used to happen. Now, with the generational
Yes, Manoj, you are back. We seem to have lost Manoj for a second there, but he's back now. Manoj, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?